Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Nolan Hawkeye Anthony YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. In this video, I am going to be discussing Iowa's recent commitment in basketball, how strong this basketball 2023 recruiting class is. Quite frankly, it may be the best recruiting class Fran McCaffery has had as a whole in his time as the Iowa men's basketball coach. I was actually thinking of recording multiple topics in this video, but we're just going to do one topic here, one quick one, and I will do the other one in a separate video. But Iowa received a new commitment from Ladji Dembele. I'm definitely possibly botching it. But I think it's Ladji Dembele. From St. Benedict's High School, very, very prominent high school. And there's a few things to point out with this commitment. Number one, Fran McCaffery continues to do really well, especially for the fact that it's the University of Iowa. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just the University of Iowa is in the Midwest. And generally speaking, the places that Iowa recruits the best is the Midwest. Let's call them the middle states. It is not always easy to go to the coastal states and convince a kid to go to Iowa. I mean, most of them haven't even been to Iowa ever. Usually, if they can get them on campus, though, any reservations they had quickly depart, and they like the school. So, but he continues to do really, really well recruiting on the East Coast. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm going to jot some of the names out here. Actually, you know what? I have it in a Facebook post. But I'll just go ahead and say it. You have Luka Garza, you have Joe Toussaint, you have freshman point guard on the Iowa basketball team right now, Dasonte Bowen. You have Riley Mulvey, you have Josh Agundale. So that I don't need to read the Facebook post for that. I pretty much named everybody. Here it is right here. Bowen, Mulvey, Agundale, Toussaint, and Garza. Iowa actually landed Trey Dickerson from New York a while back. But to be honest, that was a little bit before this array of success. And here's the thing. There's 2 points to make off of that. Number one is not all of these guys are the highest rated guys in the world from the East Coast. Okay. Garza was a 4-star guy. Let's see here. Ladji is a 4-star guy, according to some sites. Dasonte Bowen was a high 3-star. Not all of them are 4-star guys. That's the point. But each and every one of them absolutely had, Iowa had to compete to get their commitment. They had to battle other schools, Power 5 schools, to get their commitment. In other words, all of these guys had a lot of offers from other solid programs. Okay. So it's not nothing. Just because they're not 4-stars doesn't mean it's not nothing that they went to the East Coast and landed some of these hoopers. It's still damn impressive. It really is, because, especially when you're battling some of the East Coast schools, Seton Hall, Rutgers, places like that, Wake Forest, Pitt, some of the more traditional programs over there, it is not easy to beat them out. Okay. So that's number one. That is a reason why this is so impressive. Number two is the fact that even though, yes, Iowa has landed a few guys, which is great, a handful of guys, there's a lot of guys on the East Coast that Iowa has been highly considered for their commitment from really, really talented guys. I'll give you an example. High 4-star TJ Power, who ultimately chose, I think, North Carolina. He either chose Duke or North Carolina. Highly, by a lot of recruiting sites, Iowa was considered the second favorite to land his commitment behind, obviously Duke or North Carolina. Like I said, I can't remember. I'll just pull it up. There's other guys that are very highly rated on the East Coast that while Iowa didn't land, they absolutely were in the running for their commitment. Gavin Griffith, who was a 4-star guy, high 4-star, ultimately chose Rutgers, but they got an official visit from him. Going to keep going. TJ Power from Worcester Academy ended up going to Duke, but again, highly considered to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes. JP Estrella, many thought that he was actually going to choose the Iowa Hawkeyes. He ended up choosing Tennessee, and man, that would have been a massive get had they gotten him. So that is why this is so impressive, okay? So that is main point number one. Fran McCaffery is doing really well recruiting the East Coast. The second main point that I want to point out with this commitment, and also kind of let you guys know what Iowa is getting with this kid, is this is, in my opinion, the best recruiting class Fran McCaffery has had in his time at Iowa. They don't have one guy that is maybe as highly rated as, Tyler Cook or Joe Wieskamp, although, quite frankly, Price Sanford is a top 100 player consistently according to the recruiting sites. But Tyler Cook was the top 75. Joe Wieskamp was top 75. Patrick McCaffery was highly rated. Patrick McCaffery was probably somewhere where Price Sanford is. Adam Woodbury was highly rated. So there are guys that Iowa has landed that are top 75 guys. And again, you could honestly almost consider Price Sanford there. But the point is, this class does not have Price Sanford is really good and is a consensus 4-star, but I would not say that he is as headliner as maybe some other folks, okay, that Iowa has beaten for their recruitment, or not beaten, that they beat out other schools for their commitment, okay? But all around, this class is phenomenal. On paper, this class is the best class, in my opinion, Fran McCaffery has recruited. This is what I posted on Facebook. This is shaping up to be Iowa basketball's best all-around recruiting cycle under Fran McCaffery, at least on paper. 2021, well, no, it wouldn't have been 2021. It would have been 2014. I got to edit that. 2014 with Adam Woodbury, with Gazelle, Woodbury, and Clemens, was solid on paper and pretty good on court. 2016 was okay on paper and it ended up being a part of a lot of wins with Jordan Bohannon, Cook, and Craner. 2020 with the Murrays, Ulis, and Perkins is shaping up to be really good on the court. It was okay on paper. 2017 was pretty good with Garza, Nunge, and Connor McCaffery. So this is the best class all around for the Iowa. I just responded to somebody on Facebook. I shouldn't have done that, but anyways. So Iowa fans, the success Iowa is having on the court is absolutely paying dividends with their recruiting in the high school ranks. They are kicking butt out there. Absolutely kicking butt. So, folks, there's a lot to like regarding the future of the Iowa Hawkeyes. And, the thing is, Fran McCaffery has always recruited shooters, but overall, I would say in the past 5 years, he has recruited slightly differently. Again, yes, he does like shooters, but he has gone to more, he has started to recruit more length, guys that are 6'8" to 6'10", sometimes even 6'11", that can shoot it, that are skilled. You know, he's even gone after some really athletic point guards as opposed to, just a shooting point guard. But again, he's okay with taking that as well. We saw it with J-Bo, and we recently see it with Brock Harding, although Brock Harding is also very athletic. So, he hasn't totally changed his recruiting philosophy, but I would say it has morphed a little bit. Lastly, what is Iowa getting with Ladji Dembele? Well, they're getting a kid from a great high school. He should be as prepared as it gets to play at the Division I level the moment he steps on campus, in my opinion. He plays against some of the best high school competition in the country at St. Benedict's Prep. I mean, sometimes St. Benedict's Prep is a top 20 high school team in the country, okay? It's a legit high school program. So they're getting a kid who will be ready to go. He's 6'8", 230 pounds. Physically, he looks fantastic. He's got great tree trunk legs. He's athletic by all accounts. He's bouncy. He can shoot it from the outside. He can defend. Now, from what I've heard with his scouting and from what I've seen myself, is he will need to develop into more of a Tyler Cook type guy who can step out and make that shot, whereas Tyler Cook could not. And that's still why Tyler Cook, unfortunately, hasn't landed a consistent NBA contract. You still have to be able to shoot the basketball in today's game. But if I were to compare Ladji to any of the, former Iowa Hawkeye basketball players under Fran McCaffery, I would say Tyler Cook is his best comparison. But again, they think that he needs to be like that, but at times he can settle for the jump shot rather than just being a beast down low. Now, for me, I think it's a perfect situation. He doesn't always have to bang down low, especially if Fran McCaffery is going to play him at the 3 and the 4 position in college. If he's going to play the small forward and the power forward or play a similar position to what we see with Filip Rebraca. Also, Filip Rebraca is also an excellent comparison, in my opinion, to Ladji Dembele. Then that's fine. That's totally fine. I think that Ladji Dembele has either the best upside or the second best upside of all the recruits Iowa has in this 2023 class. The only other person I would put possibly ahead of him would be Owen Freeman. I mean, all the guys have upside, but I would say, there are guys who have a little bit more than others. Ladji has excellent upside. So Iowa fans, get excited. This kid is the real deal. Iowa really hit a home run with this recruiting class, and they may not even be done yet. They're still going after a 7-foot center. We'll see what turns out with that. But if everything stays what it is now, Iowa can absolutely be confident and satisfied with the recruiting class that they have been able to land. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. You know the drill. If you want to donate to the channel, you guys can hit the $sign. Thank you to all of you who have donated to the channel. It is very helpful. Helps your boy with his coffee habit. I really appreciate it. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. In fact, our feelings, because your feelings don't matter. See you guys next time. Go Hawks. Bye-bye.